Hello everyone, Ahlan wa sahlan. Ana ismi Christina. Today we are going to be learning the Arabic letters. As you all know, Arabic is one of the most important languages around the world and it's very fun and easy to study. So today we'll be having a friend with us that's going to help us learn the Arabic language easily. Let's welcome Hello Kitty. Hello everyone. Hello Kitty. So, my friends are wondering, how do you think about the Arabic language? Well, it's a fun and easy language to learn, and most of all, it's very important to study the Arabic language. Well, you're right, Hello Kitty. Today she's gonna help us study the Arabic letters. So let's dive into our Arabic letters. So, the first letter for the day is Alif. Let's see how to write the letter Alif. We draw a straight line and then like this. Let's do it one more time so it becomes clear. A straight line and like this. As you can see, I've written here how to join with other letters. Let's see how the letter Alif joins with other letters. Before that, I would like to inform you that in Arabic, we know it's all written up together, like it's joined up words. But there are some letters that cannot join with the letters that come ahead of them. So let's see who they are while we are learning the Arabic letters. So, as we are going to learn the beginning, middle and end, let's see how we join the letter Alif. For the beginning, we just write the same letter itself. That's how we join it with other letters. It cannot join with the other words because it goes under the category of the thing that I told you before. See, it can't join here. So, it goes under the category of the letters that can't join with the words that come ahead of them. So, number 1, this is the first letter. So let's see in the middle how we write it. As you can see in this example, I've given Bab. In this, you can see the letter Alif comes in the middle and it joins like this. Can you recognize any English letter in that? Well, yes, there is the letter L. See, it almost looks like the letter L. So you can remember that while you are learning the middle and the end of how to join the letters Alif. Like this. And the same way you can also do the end. That's how the end is also. Here you can see in this word, Alif is at the end. It's the same. Alright, so let's go to the next letter. Ba. So let's see how to write it. It's like a box that's not fully covered on the top, but just like this, and a dot below. See? A not fully covered box and a dot. So, let's see how to join this letter with other words. In the beginning, it's like this. Only halfway through, and a dot. Like in this word here, you can see batta. Here, ba. Is only given halfway through and a dot here. Next, we have the middle. In the middle, you can see here in this word that ba is in the middle and it's being extended to two sides. Its end is being extended to two sides. This looks almost like an upside down T. So just remember that and don't forget to put the dot. Next, at the end, it's the same letter itself, except it has a small dash here, so it can connect to the word behind it. Like in this word, you can see ba is over here at the end. See, it has a small dash so that it can connect to the word here. Alright, let's see our next letter. So our next letter is Ta. Let's see how to write it. Ta goes like this. the same way how we did ba, except the dots are two and inside the box. We can also write it on top here, but then correctly it's in the middle. Let's see how to join this with the other letters. In the beginning, it's like this. Same way for ba. You could see, like in ba, the same way how we did. In ba, we'll do in ta, except it'll have two dots on top. Next, in the middle, you can see here, al-tamar. Here you can see ta is in the middle and it has the same way we did for ba. We do it for ta, except the dots are two on the top. And here at the end, we have ta. Ta goes like this. In the end, it's the same way how we did it ba. As you can see here, ba, the same way we did ta. So let's go to our next letter. So our next letter is going to be ta. This is not the same as this ta. This is different. As you can see, it has 3 dots. Wow, it's getting more dots now. So let's see how to write it. The same way how you did ta and ba, but 3 dots this time. Great, isn't it? Now, let's see how to join this with the other letters. In the beginning, you do the same way you did for ta and ba. 1, 2, 3 dots on the top. Ignore this. Next, in the middle, we can see that the ta is being written in the middle. So it extends to 2 sides. Then a dash in the middle, and then 3 dots on top. But don't get confused. In ba, the dot is down. In ta, the 2 dots are on the top. And here also the 3 dots are on the top. Next, we have the letter ta itself at the end. At the end, you write the same letter itself, but with a small dash. Hope you remember, it's always with a small dash so it can connect with the letter before it. Let's go to the next one. Here we have the letter Jim. So, let's see how to write it. It goes like this, and then a big semicircle. No dashes here, just a semicircle. A small circle here. Now, let's see how to join this with the other letters. At the beginning, it goes like this. See? As you can see in this word, it goes like this. And then a dot below. Don't forget to put dots for the letters that have a dot, or else it'll change into a totally new letter. Now let's go to the middle. In the middle, we do the same thing, except to join with the letter before it, we have a small dash and a dot. Dot is always important. Now at the end, this is the most easiest because at the end, it's the same way how it is. No connections, no dots, no dashes behind it, but a dot inside. See? So this is how we learn the letter G. Let's go to the next. Letter Ha. It almost looks like letter G, but it does not have a dot in the middle. Can you notice the difference? Exactly. So let's learn to write it. The same thing, no dots inside. Let's see the beginning, middle, and end. This is so easy. You just need to learn Jim and you also know Ha because it's the same starting, middle, and end. See, in the middle also it's like this, and at the end we write the same thing itself. Ha. Okay, as you can see here, Ha here is the same thing as here. In Jim and Ha, it's the same. Now let's go to Ka. Wow, it's the same thing as Jim and Ha. So let's learn how to write it. And a dot on the top and not in the middle nor anywhere else. It's on the top. So let's see how to write it in the beginning. The beginning, it's the same way as we did. Ka, like this. In the middle, you do like this, but don't forget its dot and a small dash. And at the end, it's the same letter itself. Get it? This is pretty easy, you know? Now let's go to our next letter, Dal. So, in the beginning, we write the letter Dal like this. It cannot join with the word in front of it. See this? It can't join. So, we write the letter itself. Next, in the middle, we do not join it. It's the same thing for the end. For all the three, beginning, middle, and end, we do not join with the letter that comes ahead of it. So da and da. That is very easy. That is very easy. It's just like a slanting line and a sleeping line. So as we can see here, it's just a slanting and then a sleeping. So let's go to the next. So our next letter for the day is Dal. Dal. It almost looks like Dal, but except it has a dot. Wow, most of the letters have dots in the Arabic language. So now, at the beginning, it does not join with the letters in front of it. See? Here, it does not join. In the middle, it's the same letter like Dal itself, but a dot. At the end also, the same letter, but a dot. See, you can't see it's not joined here, not joined here. See? But you can see in this word that Alif does not join with Zal. Why? You remember at the beginning I told you it can't join with letters in front of it. Okay, our next letter is Ra. It's the same thing as Za, it can't join with the letters in front. So let's learn how to write it. Like this. A straight line, and then you go a little like this. But we can also write it like this if you feel comfortable, or like this. Any choice of yours. But this is what I usually use to write. Now let's see how to join it with other letters. At the beginning, it's the same letter. In the middle, you can see here, no joinings here, no dots, nothing. The same letter again, small dash. And for this word, it ends here, and then there's no in front, so we'll just end it at itself. Hope you got this letter, huh? Now, Zay. It's the same thing as Ra, so let's learn how to write it. The same way how I told you, and a dot. Like this also, or like this also. But usually I write with this. So, now, let's see how to use it in the beginning, middle, and end. In the beginning, you just give it, see? It's the same thing that you did for Ra. It does not join with the letter here. Now, next in the middle, it has a small dash and the Z letter itself. At the end, it's the same as the beginning and middle, dot, except no dashes. Hope you got it. Now, next we have Seen. Wow, this looks so amazing. I love this letter, you know. So, it's like 1, 2, and then a big curve. Okay, so the easy way to learn this is make one half balloon that's not cut. And then again, you do the same thing. And then you go for a big roller coaster ride like this. Not this big, like this. See? Very small. I got a lot of space to do it on this, so I just showed you. So that's how you write scene. Now in the beginning, let's see how we join it. Sa, like this, and nothing else. It's like this, a dash. So it can connect to the next letter. In the middle, it's the same thing, sa like this. And at the end, sa will be the full. Scene will be full. Get it? Now let's go to its next letter. Scene's twin, sheen. So let's learn how to write this. It's the same thing. Go for balloons and then a rocket, right? 1, 2, 3. 3 dots before. Okay, now let's see how to write this in the beginning. The same thing as seen, sheen also is the same way. Obviously, they're twins, so they can't be different. So in the middle, we'll do the same thing, and at the end, but don't forget it's 3 dots. That's its special mark. So don't forget about that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that went too far. Let's put it here. Okay, let's go to the next letter, Saad. Almost looks like this both, but not that both. So let's see how to write that. This looks fully covered, then like this and like this. See, this is the most simplest handwriting I get. So don't get confused. So like this, go up, and then a roller coaster. Or let's say it's gonna be one of the letters that we are gonna be studying today. It almost looks like that. Well, let's see how to write it in the beginning. The beginning we write it like this, the same way how we do, but no going down. Just put that dash here, see? It's just like this. Let me get my eraser. It won't have this much of its part. Oh, the whole thing got erased. It's fine. So, as you can see, it's only this much, and then you go on to your next letter. In the same way, in the middle also it's the same, like this. Next, at the end, like I'm just giving any letter for the time being now. This is one letter, and then it gets joined like this. The whole word would be there. The whole letter. So, that's how we write Saad. Let's go to our next letter, which is also having a twin. Dad. Doesn't it look like Saad? So, let's see how to write that. It's the same thing. Like this and a dot. Everything has a dot, you know. Dot, that's a dot. Okay. Now, in the beginning, we write it the same way we wrote it before, like this. Done. You can't leave its mark, you know. Its special mark. Next, in the middle also, it's the same way. And at the end, just how we did for C. To be exact, Saad. Like this. Okay, then let's hop on to our next letter. Ta. Okay, so let's see. In the letter Ta, it's like this, like a boatish kind of look. And then you give it a down. Not that far, but that's how you do it. Okay, so now, let's see in the beginning how we write it. Ta, the same letter itself, but then a mini dash to continue with on the next letter, like this. Like this is the next letter. That's the mini dash. Okay, so in the middle, we need to put it the same way itself, except a dash in the front and a dash in the back. Not separate, but together. At the end, it's the same letter itself, except a small dash in the front. See, a small dash in the back, both sides, and then the front. Hope that's very clear. Next, we have Da. Ta's twin, da. So let's see how to write that. It goes like this, like this, dot. Next, let's see in the beginning how we write it. The same way how we wrote it, like this and dot. In the middle, 2 dashes and dot. Don't forget a dash in the front. Next, here we put a dash in front. Okay, so this is how we write the letter da. And don't forget it's dot. Next letter, ein. Ein. So let's see how to write that. It's like a mini circle, but not full. Then a big circle. A mini circle and a big circle. Now let's see how we write that in the beginning. Wow, in the beginning it only goes like this. This you need to keep in mind and study properly, because in the beginning, middle and end, it's 3 different looks. At the beginning, it looks like this. Middle, it's so different, like this. See how different? Some people color it and some don't. I color it usually. Next, at the end, we write the same letter itself. Get it? Now we move on to our next letter, which is gain. Wow, gain. It's looking like ain itself. So let's consider it as a twin. A dot in the middle, on the top, but in the beginning we do the same thing as we did for ain, like this. Middle, same thing. 2 sides like this, dot, color it if you want, and at the end, like this. You can also look at these examples. See, here there is one, the gain, here there is gain, and here, this is the gain here. So, let's move on to our next letter, but make sure whenever you write ein and gain, study them properly. So we are on the 20th letter, fa. There are 8 more to go. Oh, I forgot to mention, there are 28 letters in the Arabic letter. So let's do fa. Fa. This looks kind of weird, so just copy this. Like this and like this. The dot. That's how you write fa. Let's see how it's in the beginning. In the beginning, we just write like this. And then nothing to the top. We just do it like this and connect it onto the next letter. Next, we have the fa in middle. The fa in middle goes like this. Don't color this one because that's how the letter is supposed to look. And at the end, it will have like this. Isn't it nice? And a dash here. So this is one of the next easiest letters that I felt. So once you study, all the letters will be easy for us. Our next letter for the day is qaf. Fa, qaf. They both look the same. Next, as you can see, this is how we write it. Now in the beginning, it goes the same way as for fa. Middle, the same thing for fa. Here, 2 dots, and at the end, the letter ka itself. And if it is joining, then you can put a smooth dash. Like the letter ba, it can join here, so you put a dash. But like here, the letter alif, as you remember, it can't join with the letters ahead. So like this, it can't join. Alif can't join with qaf, so it won't have a dash that time. Now let's see another unique letter. Like this, qaf. This is known as qaf. So a straight line, sweeping line, something like this. As you remember in the letter Aleph, you saw something on the top? The same thing is here. So, let's see in the beginning how it is. In the beginning, as you can see, in the beginning, it goes like this. Ha. In the middle, it will have a dash here and go like this, a dash here. Then at the end, we'll have a dash and then the same letter itself. So as you can see here, you can also look at the examples. It'll be more clear and you'll understand how it then joins. See in the middle, in the end, and in the beginning. Okay, so let's go to our next letter. Lamb. We are on the 23rd. Amazing. We're learning it very fast. Isn't it? Hello, Kitty? Yes, I'm learning everything very fast. Great job. So now, let's see the letter lamb. So this is just, like a straight line and then a big curve like this. There's nothing to explain in that, because maybe you could say it looks like the letter J, or maybe it's like an umbrella thingy, but for clarification, it's just like this. Okay, so in the beginning, we put it like this. Now, this is just like the letter Aleph, you remember? It was here, right? This side. But then this lamb goes this side, because as you can see in the letter, it goes like this, and this side is where it turns. So then we put it like this. In the middle, it goes like this. Straight line, sleeping line. And at the end, it's a dash and the letter itself. Now let's move on to the next. That was pretty fast, Letter meme. Well, don't confuse that with the other meme. This is meme. So you can write like this. This is how you usually write it. Like this. But we can also write it like this. Which feels easy, that's the best for you. So let's begin with the beginning. In the beginning, it's like this, ma. And then you do a circle and then dash to this side. Next, in the middle, we'll be writing it like this and a dash there. It almost looks like that fa and kaf. But remember there's no two dots or not even a dot. It's just like this. At the end, we have it ending with the same way it looks, ma, or like this. It won't join with any letter like that. Or you need to put it a small dash. Now let's go to the next letter. The 25th letter, noon. See, I told you that when we wrote the letter Sad, you remember when we wrote Sad, Dad, Seen, you remember there's here something? This thingy? It almost looks like this, isn't it? Except there's no dot in that. So we cannot say it's that letter, but then it looks like that. So you can keep in mind that there's a letter called Noon with the help of that Sa, Dot, Seen, Sheen. You can put a dot on the top, or if you don't want a dot there, put it down here. So let's see how we write that in the beginning. The beginning, you remember that I taught you Alif, the Ba, Ta, and Sa, the same way itself, but we put a dot on the top. That's only one. Not two, not three, one. In the middle, we do the same thing like this. And at the end, we have the same letter itself and a small dash if you can check the letter. So I think we are learning this pretty fast, Let's go on to the next. 26th. So let's see our 26th letter. Ha. Like this, This is how we write it. Ha. It's not the other ha that I taught you. There are some letters that sound the same, but it's totally different personality and looks. So let's see how we write it. It's this and like this. Okay, so at the beginning we write the same letter itself, no difference for it, and a dash to continue with the next. At the middle, this is different. So you need to pay attention like this, like two rows of red, this and like this. And at the end, you do like this, see? I put the same examples because it has both of them, both the ha's that we put here and the same ha's here. So at the end, we have like this. Ha. That almost looks like a giraffe, I never noticed that, except it has a 2 dots. That's it. That's what makes it different. So let's go on to our next letter. I'm so excited. So, wow. This is one of the next letters that cannot join with the letters that come ahead of it. So let's see how to write it. It's just like a small circle and down. Great job, Christina, and great job all of you for memorizing these. So in the beginning, let's see how we write it. It's the same letter, no dashes, no dots, nothing. Same letter itself, no stress in that. In the middle, we have a dash and then we go like this. So it's easy. And at the end, the same thing, no difference, and nothing can join in front of it. It's shielded. Nothing can join. There's nothing to join in the end because that's the end letter. Let's go on to our next and the last letter for the day. Wow, we are learning this pretty fast, So this is almost like a card. Like this and go. 2 dots here. Let's see in the beginning how we write it. The same way how we did for ya, ta, ba, na, nun. The most easiest one like this. We put 2 dots down. For ba, we put 1 dot down. Here we have 2 dots down. 1 dot here and 1 dot here. At the middle, you do the same thing you did for the others. Like this. 2 dots. And at the end, we have the same letter itself. But it's not just like, you write a letter and then you leave it alone. It's like if you're writing this letter, ka, you remember, we join it down like this. Or B. B. This. This is all the letters of the Arabic language, and I hope you all understood them. And thank you everyone for cooperating. And let's say a thank you to Hello Kitty. Thank you everyone. Thank you. I'm very glad to teach you all the Arabic letters, and I was so happy to learn from Christina too. Thank you everyone, and thank you for memorizing these letters. But don't forget, there is something that I wanted to tell you. The letters that can't join with the letters that come after it. So I'll just show you the letters first. So the first letter that can't join is our very own first letter, Alif. This is the first and number 1 letter that cannot join. As you can see in these examples, it does not join with the ones in front of it. So let's go to the next letter that can't join. These are all very nice. And do you know something? We call these letters as the naughty letters. They can't join with the ones in front of them. So let's see our next one, Dal. Oh, wow. Dal is also part of the scheme of the plan, huh? Nice. And its twin, don't forget, it's the third one. It's the third letter that can't join. Next we have this, the twist part. She is our fourth one, or he, she, whatever. And next, this is our fifth one. It's twin sister or brother. No sin, no sheen, no sad, nothing of these. The last letter is Vav. Let's get to Vav. Vav is our next letter. So, before exiting, let's just remember these letters and keep in mind that they can't join with the letters that come after them. So goodbye everyone. Hope you had fun learning the Arabic letters with Christina. Bye.